Have you ever noticed how some people can talk to anyone and somehow within minutes the other person starts opening up? They share stories. They explain how they really feel. Sometimes they even say things they didn't plan to say. And then there are conversations that feel completely different. Short answers, awkward pauses, that sense that nothing is really happening. Most people assume the difference is confidence, or charisma, or being naturally good with words, but it's not. The real difference is much simpler and much quieter. It's knowing how to make people feel safe enough to speak. Today, I want to share 5 principles that do exactly that. These principles don't rely on charm, cleverness, or dominance. They rely on something more powerful: comfort. When you use these principles together, conversations stop feeling forced. People relax, and when people relax, they talk. Let's begin. Point 1, create safety. People don't open up when they feel judged. They don't open up when they feel analyzed, rushed, or evaluated. They open up when they feel safe. Safety isn't created by saying the perfect thing. It's created by how you show up. A calm tone, relaxed posture, patience instead of urgency. When you're not trying to impress, people sense it. When you're not trying to win the conversation, people let their guard down. Without safety, no technique works. With safety, conversation becomes effortless. Point 2, ask open questions. Most conversations stall because of closed questions. Questions that only allow short answers. Instead of asking questions that shut things down, ask questions that open space. Questions that start with what or how. Questions that invite explanation instead of evaluation. Not questions meant to trap or test, but questions that feel like an invitation. When people feel invited, they don't rush. They reflect. They share. And often they say more than you expected. Point 3, listen and reflect. This is where real connection begins, and where most people struggle. Listening doesn't mean waiting for your turn to talk. It doesn't mean thinking about what you'll say next. It means staying with what the other person is saying. No interruptions, no corrections, no sudden shifts in topic. Instead, reflect what you hear. Repeat a key phrase. Acknowledge an emotion. When someone feels genuinely heard, something changes. They slow down. They go deeper. They stop performing and start being honest. Point 4, validate before going deeper. Before you ask another question, pause. Acknowledge what they shared. Validation isn't agreement, it's understanding. A simple response, that makes sense. I can see why that mattered. That sounds difficult. These small signals do something powerful. They tell the other person they're not alone in the conversation. And once people feel understood, they stop protecting themselves. They don't have to. They open up naturally. Point 5, keep it human and mutual. Conversation isn't an interview. It isn't a performance. It's an exchange. You don't need to overshare. You don't need to dominate. Just offer something real. A small honest detail. A moment of relatability. Not to shift attention, but to balance it. When conversation feels mutual, it feels safe. And when it feels safe, people speak freely. So those are the 5 principles. Create safety. Ask open questions. Listen and reflect. Validate before going deeper. And keep it human. When you stop trying to impress people, when you stop trying to control the outcome, when you focus instead on how the other person feels in your presence, everything changes. Conversations flow. People talk more. They share what actually matters. Because in the end, people don't want to be impressed. They don't want to be fixed. They don't want to be analyzed. They want to be understood. And when they feel understood, they talk.